Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. It's episode 3 and off screen I have been upgrading the line a little bit that I set up in the previous episode. This was the crude line that was transporting crude from here to the oil refinery, and right now I have a load of these vehicles. I started out with just I think 3 or 4, and at this point I'm running 9 of these things, and the line is actually making me pretty decent money. Now I did figure out one thing that I can optimize slightly. And that is the vehicles that are moving over here to the oil refinery. That is these carts. On the way back, they might as well do something useful. And by having another truck depot over here, they can enter the truck depot, drop it off, and continue on their merry way towards the Quanzhou halt. From there, they can pick up another crude and load it back there. Now, what this gets me is the transports that are moving here, the QZ oil line. They can have a bit of a shorter distance to go. And at this point I have so many of these crude units that there is a lot of stuff actually piling up over here. So it's time to make a small adjustment and set up a truck depot over here. I will do it like this. Let's see if it lines out properly. That. And then I'll take one exit over there. And hopefully it'll still tie in without too much trouble. There we go. And here. Alright, so now adjusting the line. This one stops over here in QZ North and then drops it off over there. And this is just a thorough pass for them. It's not really anything that's going to slow them down. In fact, it might make it even a little faster because they don't have to make this turn. Then we have the other line. The one that was supposed to be picking up oil over here. They're going to be making a bit of a shorter run, because they won't go all the way over there, but they'll be picking it up from over here. And they're going to move in, pick it up, and get out as soon as they can. So hopefully this is going to speed things up a little bit. Now overall, profitability has been quite good. These lines overall, actually everything is making money. Of course, the train is making me much, much more than the other lines. But I gotta say, I'm not too disappointed about the crude line over here. This thing is actually doing quite well. Now at this point, it's gonna take the game a little bit of time to figure out, okay, what am I doing? I'm picking up oil over here and then shipping it there. So hopefully soon, we're gonna be seeing oil getting picked up from these units. And being dropped off over here. That is, if all of my... Yeah, not exactly. I made a small switch here. They need to be loading that. Oil, and then they need to be dropping it off over there. This will also make sure that these vehicles, the crude line, are going to be profitable for more of the time, because initially they started out here profitable till there, and then on the way back they just go completely unprofitable. They only start costing you money because they don't actually carry anything. And now, by using this intermittent truck stop, I should have an easier time. Because this is the only part from here to there where they're empty, where they're not carrying anything. Now, hopefully at this point, the truck stops are set up correctly. Yep, there we go. He's now carrying one oil, and there's another one waiting. So this should speed up the line a little bit. We also got a couple of new trains. We've got the Russian Class GV and the St. Petersburg streetcar. Overall, the buses and the trams, I don't think they need too much of an upgrade. Yeah, so I don't really need to be investing in the new trams that I have. The trains might be interesting, but they might also be utterly unaffordable. Because trying to reshape your train is, well, it's an expensive habit. Let's see, it would be one of these, a Russian Class GV. These things have a fair amount of power, but is it really worth it? These have 60 kilowatts, these have 140, and these have 190. Tractive effort of 50 kilonewtons. So let's just say I would want to upgrade it to that, and then have a couple of Nicholas added to it. I could have 3 of these on here, but I would need another 1,000,000. That's a bit of a problem. If I would do it with 1 unit less, I'd be paying 800,000. The thing is, I cannot just upgrade 1. Because I can upgrade the engine, the locomotive. These things can do 55. The passenger cars cannot. The passenger cars can only do 40. So as much as I would like to get an upgrade, I just can't, because the passenger cars cannot go fast enough. Now sure enough, you could make your trains larger. That's a possibility. But I think just running more trains, so just one additional train, could be far more interesting for profitability purposes. At the moment, I'm not seeing a whole lot of passengers on here. I need to see if I can start shipping something to Chennai or to Surat. Surat needs fuel. Crude. Oil refinery. And then we're missing the final ingredient, which is a fuel refinery. That's unfortunate, because that would have been a fairly interesting line to set up to make Surat even bigger. But I don't think that that's going to be happening anytime soon. Now, what I do like about these towns is that they have grown significantly. They started out, this one with 233, and it's now over at 290. The other one, Chennai, started out with 192, is now at 248. And overall, everything seems to be decent. There is not that much of my public transport being used. But that might be down to these people actually wanting to go to Shenyang. The problem with that is, I don't have the cash to expand that line. So, something that I can do is just keep investing in this one. Because I think building another, or rather buying another train, is probably going to be some ways off. That would be a Russian class V type 1 with a couple of Nicholases added. That's 800,000. I cannot afford that. Not by a long shot. I am making money, about 300,000 a year. So wait another 2 years and I could afford that. What about this hinterland of sorts? I can make planks. I can make food. But neither of these towns actually desire food. They do desire goods. Sure. That's pretty difficult to make. Goods require a lot of intermittent steps. You got plastics. Plastics are not that hard. All you need to do is bring stuff from the oil well to the fuel, sorry, not the fuel refinery, the refinery, and then to the plastic chemical plant here, and then there. But you also need to ship steel. Now, steel is a whole different step. Over here we got a steel mill in Ankara. They require iron ore, which is nearby. They also require coal, which would be coming in from over there, from the Yera coal mine. So, sure enough, that is possible, but not too interesting at this stage. Because it requires a whole lot of infrastructure. I could do it with horses, but I don't think that those are going to be profitable anytime soon. So what can I do this episode? I can just keep these guys going. Seemingly there is not a whole lot waiting over here, so I might not need to buy another train. Now, are some of these buses getting overloaded? Because it seems that Chennai is pretty quiet. I have so many of these buses running around. Well, if you want to call a three-person carriage a bus, that it doesn't really seem that there's any kind of hold-up over here. Same cannot be said over here. The counterclockwise bus still has 30 people waiting. But this train actually has 40. Hold on. So that means that we would have another 26 on here, leaving 14 behind. And it seems like this could be the bottleneck. The clockwise line. The clockwise and the counterclockwise. Alright, let's add a few more buses. That is Surat. Manage vehicles. I'll take another 3. And then for the counterclockwise line... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's 8 vehicles. Is that balanced with the other one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we need 3 more on the counterclockwise line. 1, 2, 3. Duplicate. I'm hoping to cause so much of a waiting time over here that it is actually going to be profitable to buy another train. Because if I do that, then the people are going to be more interested in taking the train. At least that's my theory. Because at that point, they will have far more frequent transport. Right now, these things arrive every 5 minutes. Add one more train. Yeah, add 30, what is that, 33%, 25%, depending on how you look at it. So that would be another minute less. 21 people waiting here. 18 there. But there is a train about to arrive. 600,000. I'm not disappointed. Crude line. Look at that. 80,000. Now, sure enough, I invested a lot in that line, so I am definitely benefiting from it being profitable. But it looks like, yeah. The crude line is doing so well that it's overloading the other stations. Like this one. There's 22 waiting here on the oil line. I just need to be tweaking some of this stuff. Not immediately investing in a new line. Fuel. Also duplicate these. And so far I'm still profitable this year. If only by 1,000. Now, one thing I've learned over these early years, 1980 or 1850, 1865, is that you just have to be patient. Early on, it just takes a lot of time for your vehicles to get profitable. Hopefully I can continue building Guangzhou. That would help. Bringing food here would help. And then tying it into the rest of the transport network over here would also be a big boon. But getting all of that operational is pricey. And at this point, I'm much more interested in getting more income than starting to lay down tracks, for example, over here, heading north. And those would be tracks that I can never actually finish. Because I simply don't have the cash. It would just be more infrastructure cost. That's not really what I want. So while we're waiting, let's see what the other towns have and what they need. Yangon needs fuel and tools. They don't need a lot, because it's a very small place. They have coal. They have construction materials, but no stone. They have a forest, but no sawmill. This is a shitty out corner of the map. It's very hard to tie these things together because they're not connected. None of them. If there was a facility over here that could turn logs into planks, and then I could turn planks into tools, then I could supply Yangon. But right now I just can't. If this one had something like a food processing plant nearby, I could supply a town with food. But right now, I can't. Okay, so Yangon is something I'm not interested in. Osaka. Coal, iron ore, steel. Great. And then what? Because nothing over here needs steel. Great. Right. Tainan. See, this is what I was hoping to see. Or actually, no, I already have one near, what was it, Osaka? No, Yangon. So there's not a whole lot of profitable opportunities here either, because they simply don't have any infrastructure. Or actually, no, that's not true. They got the stone mill over here, the quarry. So quarry, construction materials plant, Tainan. The thing is, this is a hell of a drive. So what I would ideally have is a line that goes from here, across here, moves the materials over there, takes it back over here to a truck stop, and then from here takes it into Tainan, into the town. But they only require 19. That's not a lot. Compare that to what I have currently going on in QZ, in Guangzhou. These guys require 80. That's a hell of a lot more interesting. And I'm not even supplying nearly enough. Okay, so Tainan has a potentially profitable opportunity, but it requires some serious investments. Hangzhou. Oh dear. Goods and machines. Again, this is a high tier product, and same for goods, so I'll just completely pass on this. Quezon City. Nope. High-end stuff. Changsha. Goods, construction materials. Construction materials are nowhere to be found in the direct vicinity. So, nope, that's a pass. Jeddah, high tier stuff. Well, maybe with the exception of the tools. But the tools would need to come from over here. From the Beijing Tools Factory. The thing is, I need a sawmill. There's a sawmill. And here's a forest. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. No, that's going to take me a long time. And a lot of cash to build. Beijing. This is interesting. Food. Done. That's possible. I can supply Beijing. It doesn't even have to cost me that much. I think I can do this. They require a whole 18 units of food. Jeez, that's very little. This place is even smaller than what we're looking at. Osaka? No. Tainan, 64. This one only has 58. It is bound to grow by a whole 10% to 59. Right. No, I'll pass. Novosibirsk. If anybody had stone for this construction plant, that'd be fantastic. And there is. Chennai Quarry. Construction materials plant. Supplied to Novosibirsk. Then I could have this thing grow a little bit. So Novosibirsk has a potential opportunity. Same as Beijing. Shenyang. Food. Farm, farm, farm. And a food processing plant in a very unfortunate location. Because I would need to tunnel through here. Yikes. Tunnels are even worse, expense-wise. Yeah, I'll pass. Hyderabad. Fuel. Crude. Sorry, oil. Oil, refinery. Yeah, I'm not tunneling through there. At least not this early. Damn, that's going to be expensive. No, I think that covers most of the towns up north. We have Kaohsiung. They require construction materials. There is a stone quarry over here. Construction materials plant. Kaohsiung. That's a long trek though. Especially on the way back. Whew. No thanks. If I could do this by train, that would be far more profitable. So that's something that I could do at a later stage. And I think that that covers basically all the towns. Ankara. Oh, there is a factory over here, food processing plant. So I could supply these things to there and then that to Ankara. But ideally, I'd be supplying the food here by train. And maybe supply the food to other towns as well, like Shenyang. There's a lot of farms over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a total of 8,000 grain. Well, I guess we found our main food processing spot. These can take up to 200 at this point. They can go up to, I think, 1,600. They need double what they're getting. So 2 grain, 1 food. That would mean that I would need to tie in 2 of these farms, at least initially. Or actually initially just 1. Until it upgrades. And then just keep shipping. Right. Are there any towns I skipped over? Quezon. Food. Or sorry, Guangzhou. No. There are a lot of oil wells over here. Okay. 22 out of 86. That's not bad. 53. There's still a lot of fuel there. So much so that I'm not even shipping all of it. How's the stuff over here? Not that much. Look at all of these guys. Oh, that's the fuel line. What's it doing here? Oh, right. They just came out of the depot. Yeah. This one is going to collect oil. I think at this point I might need a few more crude vehicles. Alright, I still have 1 million in the bank. And there are 70 people here. Okay, the additional buses over on this city actually helped. 16 people there. Chennai's at 251. Surat 295. Let's add another train. Actually, how are my trains doing? 75 out of 78. So basically all the trains are full. 23, 26. It seems that from here to there is more interesting than back. Do these people only go ever one way? Now what I'm thinking is, if I start shipping more people here by train, then that's also going to put more of a strain on this bus stop here. Probably. I still don't really like how this is set up though. Can I just adjust that? I can remove the main building. Let's try that. Remove the road. Adjust this. This might delete some passengers. Hopefully not, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're just gone. And if I now set up a passenger building over here, now they're connected. I'll take one more adjustment on the transport platform, the cargo platform. Now it looks a little better. It's just a direct path for these guys. Hello, you. Yeah, now he walks directly to the train station. Instead of having that weird loop around thing. So that's better. Also, I have a huge tram/bus stop over here at this point. So there should be more than enough room for all those additional passengers, which are bound to be arriving at some point. Okay, 1 train, 2 trains. There's still 52. I'm going to add another one. Duplicate. Alright, and I'm down to 286. Now, one other thing that I wanted to be adjusting over here is these hideous train lines. These are actually terrible to look at. What I want to do is set up a couple of straight tracks and just have them cross over. Whoa, what is that? This track is being weird. From here to here. And then like that. And then set up a shift. From here. There's something going on with these tracks. I think they're not exactly aligned perfectly. But I don't exactly get why. Because they should just be aligned. But see, they just shift a little bit. This seems like it's aligned. But looks can be deceiving in this game. Okay, so over here, I should be able to set up a cross. Yeah, there it is. And now, of course, we're going to run into trouble. Let's see. This one was supposed to go over there. Mm-hmm. And then this is the cargo line. Just go parallel for a bit. Game is auto-saving, there we are. Does it need to be like that? No, not really. It needs to be able to cross over once and twice. Okay, the passenger line is operational. And now the rest of the line should be a little easier. Hopefully it doesn't look as bad as it did. Let's see, if you're a passenger from over here, you can move that way. If you're a cargo line, you can move that way and get to the right track. If you're a cargo line and you need to go east, you can. But here, this is what I don't like. Just connect these two together. And then set up another shift. There was a jargon term for this, but I kind of forgot about it at this point. Also, they're not perfectly aligned. I guess that might be the problem here. Well, these lines are not operational anyway. Continue on straight for a bit. That's not straight. Oh, we're out of cash. Ching. There. Something is going on with these tracks. It's like they're diverging at this point. Just go straight and you link up with your brother. Aha. And that right there would be the problem. That road. Now, I don't believe that anybody's using the road at this point. Because this road goes to a farm and to a forest. So yeah, well, I guess we're going to have to do without a road. Like it or not. And now I should be able to set up this crossover here. There you are. That's what I wanted. This is a little better than it was. How about over here? Because this too was quite a mess. Correction, is quite a mess. I just don't know if I have the cash to fix this. I can already plan ahead here, though. I have a crossover point here and a crossover point there. These all need to come into 2 tracks at some point. Right, does this make sense? You take this track and you go... Oh, hello. Ah! A car that can go faster. A passenger section. 60 kph. Good. I still need one more. One more crossover point, and I think here. No, it doesn't fit. Can I do it here then? Yes. Okay, so this should solve all the passenger and train needs for the future on this line. They're gonna come in over here. They want to go to the cargo station. They can't. Great. Aw, man. Is this not gonna fit? No, sir, it's not. Oh, really? I do consider this an interesting experiment, though. An interesting sport, trying to get all these things aligned properly. What do you mean construction not possible? What? What is not possible about this particular construction? Hold up. There's a train coming in from, I don't know, this side. It wants to go to a passenger platform. Can it? Yes, it can. There's a cargo line coming in. Currently it cannot reach anything yet. So I would need to set up the cargo line to transit into that one. And then into that one. Like that. And then this one ties into here. But it doesn't want to. There. Okay, you're a passenger train. You're coming in from over here. You want to go to that platform, you can. If you want to go to the other platform, you can. If you want to transit just right down the middle, you can. If you want to go to the cargo platform, you can. You can get out on the right track and you can come in. Damn, I wouldn't make me a train planner if, if you know what's good for you. But right now, it does seem to work, more or less. Now, I could probably do a similar service over here about the train station. Because right now we still have that weird entry point with that road in the meanwhile, or in the middle. So, adjust, get rid of the passenger buildings. Can we extend this one just one more? Cargo. It's not connected though. Passenger buildings. Oh, it's colliding. What? How is that not connected? What the hell? But if I use a medium building, it is connected. Sometimes the game just confounds me. I don't know what it's doing or why it's doing it. See, now it says, yeah, no, sure, I can fit that. What are you talking about? That's not a problem. But the big one is... You got the small side building that doesn't work. And the small main building does work. Right. Right. Can I use a second one of those? Because I want that to look a little better. There. That is more like it. Now you got this tram stop, cargo stop, with the train station right smack in the middle of it. Does the same work over here? Because I think it just might. Now that I know what to look for. Configure. Make this one slightly smaller. Configure the train station. Passenger buildings. Ah, really? What about a mean... Yep, there you go. This is a medium main building. And then remove that one. For beautification purposes. There. And now everything and everyone should be running on time. Because they got a couple of huge clocks right there in the middle. Somebody needs to have a look at those clocks though, because they don't actually seem to work. Although, actually, no, they might. You know what? I think that this clock... It seems to be saying 1:45. I think that's my system time. my PC time. Because I'm recording this at 12:46 p.m. So that's probably what that is. That is really neat. That's really neat. Alright guys, a bit of optimization in this episode. The money is coming in. You just gotta be a little patient with it. 199,000. Sure enough, the lines are being profitable, but it's not gonna go fast. The crude line is doing very well. The fuel line, meh, not bad. 26. Oil line, 24. And then we got the buses. What I find interesting about the buses at this point is that none of them are negative. And that's something that you do not see very often. At least my buses are usually the ones that are running, well, just about profitable. They're maybe making 1,000 or 2,000, but definitely not 16. So this seems to be doing really, really well. Anyway, hope you're enjoying the show so far. Tomorrow there'll be another episode, if all goes well. If my flu, however, persists, then there might not be. We shall see how it goes. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember, if you have any good puns, train-wise, train-related, then put those in the link that you can find in the description. I have a whole community post over there where you can add your own terrible train puns. If you see ones that you like, be sure to upvote those, because then they're going to get my attention more and more. And with that, they are more likely to be used. Alright guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe, and I shall catch you guys soon for the next episode.